You came. A warm, familiar voice said, "Uh-huh." You lowered your head, not being able to look Sugawara in the eyes. You figured no one would be here this late, so you wouldn't be seen. Why am I lying to myself? You sighed in your head. All you wanted to do was see him, and your body almost moved on its own when it read Sugawara's letter. You were standing at the entrance to the school, and the sun had already gone down. But I only have 10 minutes or so hurry, because if I'm not home by 8:30, then you started, but quickly covered your mouth, realizing what you were about to spit out. Then what? He asked in a worried manner. Nothing. You stood still in grave silence for a couple of seconds, and you couldn't bear it. I'm sorry. Suddenly, your voices intertwined as you both spoke at the same time, same words in sync, and bowed to each other. You lifted up your heads at the same time as well. Both eyes widened. Sugawara was so close. You were able to hear and feel his tensed-up breathing. He giggled, scratching the back of his head, and you followed. And with that, the atmosphere switched from awkward to as if you've known each other for years. To tell the truth, Sugawara looked amazing in the moonlight. It shone right on his head, making his hair look snow white and his facial features sharper. Taking in the view, you couldn't help but blush. Thank God it was so dark, so he didn't notice. You wanted to see me? You asked, taking a shy step back. Yeah, about that. He smiled. Oh man, what's with couples these days? Sheesh. Somewhere through the thick fog, you heard a voice. Is it a dream? No, it couldn't be. You were quite conscious. So what was it then? And in the middle of the day, seriously? Don't they know class is gonna start soon? Another person responded, and soon the sound of footsteps walking away reached your ears. Hold on, classes? Midday? And then it struck you. In a heartbeat, you opened your eyes and stood up, not being able to see or hear anything because of the speed of your emotion. You know that feeling when you get up from the couch too quickly and your whole life flashes before your eyes? Bear with me. Everything went black and your head became dizzy. Trying not to lose balance was hopeless. You figured after trying. You took a step back, but your footsteps somehow slipped and your body tensed up as you realized you started falling. Oh boy, here it comes. You squeezed your eyes, naively hoping it was a soft fall, but then nothing happened. By nothing, I don't mean nothing. You suddenly felt someone warm around your waist, and when it was finally time, you opened your eyes. You saw Sugawara's concerned expression above you. Those are some reflexes he's got there, you thought. You mean, when you stood up, he wasn't moving, so you thought he was still fast asleep. You okay? Sugawara asked. All you could manage to say was something like, yeah. Since you came to your senses, and your cheeks turned a light shade of pink, Sugawara's hand was still on your waist. What time is it? 13:05. He said these words in shock, as if he couldn't even believe what he saw his watch showing. 13:05? You asked, hoping your ears were playing tricks on you. 13:05. Kuso. One more. Oh. You're not sure what the purpose of these words were, trying to encourage or pity yourselves, while you were running towards your classroom. Yeah. Sugawara's voice reached from behind you. You could tell he was panting. No, that wasn't it. Forward. Now turn left. A few more meters. So, you two finally showed up. Sensei, he didn't even try to take his eyes off the chalkboard as you a little too forcefully and quickly opened the door. We're really sorry, you and Sugawara said in complete sync and bowed. Take your seats. Wait, what? You thought while making your way to the desk, since you could hardly believe your teacher let you off the hook so easily. You're not complaining though. Oh, and you two? Should have known, you thought. You've got yourself a detention. Great, what's next? Psst. You heard someone whisper somewhere around you as you took out the books from your bag. It's a good thing you already had them there since yesterday. Ah, right. Yesterday. What were the two of you doing? The same male's voice asked quietly, and you were about to turn around and answer when you saw he was not talking to you. He was talking to Sugawara. Whatever, the silver-haired boy beside you said, and in a blink of an eye buried his face in his notebook, all flustered. Oi. You don't know what he was trying to hide, or why he did it, but from the corner of your eye, you saw Sugawara's cheeks turn red. It was kind of cute. You don't usually sleep long. You don't like to sleep long, so why then? Were you out of it for what, 13, 14 hours? Lessons are the best place to think at, especially when you're not the one who the teacher's asking to answer, except that time you were spacing out, thinking about where you put your toothpaste and got caught while doing that. Not a pleasant sight indeed. But this time, the subject was a bit more serious. You were not able to get it through your head until now, since everything happened so fast. You were walking up with your head on Sugawara's shoulder, getting caught by Sugawara while falling, sprinting to your classroom with Sugawara behind you, trying not to fall back. Yeah, a lot happened. You remember talking to him on the roof yesterday, and then him pulling you into his chest, saying that you would catch a cold like that, but you have no idea or no memory of falling asleep. Okay, what are you talking about? Nobody ever remembers when they fall asleep, right? Or do they? One thing you know for a fact was that you could not doze off that easily. When you were at a friend's sleepover, you were really sorry for them since they needed to turn over and over and over before actually going to the dreamland. So how come you fell asleep so easily yesterday? Was it because Sugawara was there? You almost forgot about the detention you got yourself. So imagine your confusion when you heard Sensei's voice behind you as you were about to walk through the main exit. And where do you think you're going? Why, nowhere. You turned around on your heel. I hope you haven't forgotten about your detention, Missy, he said, emphasizing the last word. You better head to the classroom now. Yeah. You sighed, starting to wonder how you'd explain it to your mom. You could say practice dragged on. No, that wouldn't work. She knows you don't have volleyball today. You could have helped the teachers. No, not a good idea either. Your mom has her ties. God damn it. Somehow, mystically, began your loving of housework. So you offered to help clean the eatery, maybe? You realized you were spacing out, yet again, since Sensei's voice snapped you back to the present. Yet again. Sugawara's already there. Don't want to keep him waiting, right? Hey, you muttered and came into the classroom, shutting the door behind you. Not as roughly as the previous time, though. Oh, hi. Sugawara lifted his eyes from the textbook on the desk. He was sitting backwards, on his chair, facing the table that was supposed to be behind him. That is, if he sat normally. You were the only ones there. Let me repeat myself in case you didn't hear. The only ones. And for some odd reason, you're not yourself when you're with him. It's like every sentence he says, or every move he makes, catches you completely off guard. Where's the teacher? You asked, trying to keep the conversation going. No idea. He looked through the window. Might not even come, since there's only 2 of us here. Oh. Thinking of a way to act naturally, you came up to Sugawara and sat down in front of him. You were now facing each other. Well, not exactly, since you started taking out your notebook out of your school bag, but still. You could feel him lowering his head down to the paper as he began to continue doing the extra homework your teacher had given you. But when you looked up at him, you froze in your tracks at the view that opened in front of your eyes. The sun was already beginning to set, and its rays shone right onto Sugawara's, highlighting his facial features and making him look like somewhat out of a fairy tale. And then, in a heartbeat, Sugawara's eyes were looking straight into yours, almost piercing through. Everything around you went faded white. All you could see was him. His slightly opened mouth, his kind of ruffled hair, and his widened hazel eyes. All you wanted to do was drown in his sight for eternity. Though honestly, how can such soft, kind eyes look so determined, yet sad sometimes? This isn't the first time you were seeing Sugawara with this kind of expression either. Why? You whispered, your faces only an inch apart. Why are you looking at me like this? His appearance did not shift except for him looking down at the desk. Kuso, you thought, just when you felt that strange connection again. But then his eyes suddenly locked onto yours once more. You're just like me. Nani? That look in your eyes, it's painfully familiar. He stopped for a second. You play volleyball, don't you? Yeah, what about it? You asked. Your mind went back to when Sugawara was walking you home, and you talked about the clubs you were in. You don't want to play anymore, is that it? He whispered, your nose is literally being a breath away. Though these words hit you like a truck, and the next moving thing you knew, tears were streaming down your face as you gritted your teeth. Hey, what is it? Sugawara's eyes widened in shock and he gripped your shoulder, however, never looking away. I don't want to play anymore. Your voice cracked through the tears. That's the worst thing, you know? I want to be able to feel that sensation again, I really do. You sobbed. But my body, or my mind, or whatever, thinks otherwise. I don't want to lose volleyball. You saw that a teardrop had already wetted the notebook papers below you as you tried to wipe them off your face. There were too many. You squeezed your eyes, completely embarrassed about your actions and rambling, while doing the best you could at stopping the overflowing tears. And then, a warm hand came up to help. Every player feels the same pride about the fact that they're going to be on the court, no matter whether they're some genius or just a regular person. Sugawara's fingertips seemed to have wiped away all the sadness and depression with just a single stroke from under your eye. His warm hand resting on your left cheek. And you should too, he whispered, and then his gaze shifted from your eyes to your lips. Sugawara leaned even closer, his eyes locked on your lips. Only at the moment his brushed against yours. You turned your head to the side. You could sense him looking away in embarrassment, and believe me, you weren't exactly feeling all high and mighty either. To be completely honest, you were not thinking. You were thinking about how this would turn out, how you would probably hurt his feelings, and yours too, for that matter. Your body just acted on instinct. Still, you knew running away would not help either of you. Look, you started. I'm scared to rush this, because if we do, you might see something in me that you don't like. Not a lie. There's this whole mom and dad thing, and we don't know each other so well. You could ramble. No more, for Sugawara's lips shut you up. This really was a wave of electricity spread out in your body, and after a second you gave in and wrapped your arms around his neck, kissing him back. Your teacher slammed the door open. I did not sign up for this. Neither did I, damn it. When you pulled back at once, Koshi, you thought it was right to call him by his first name now, wasn't it? Turned his back to you, facing the blackboard. You can pull out your textbooks whenever you feel like it, Sensei said in a mocking and annoyed voice. You know that awkward feeling between you and the person after you two had done something, like went on a date, held hands, kissed? No, well, you didn't. Anyway, after getting out of detention, Koshi apologized for not being able to walk you home since he was already late to be at his house. And of course, you said it was not a big deal. He believed it. Hell, even you almost believed it. What you said, truth be told, in no way did you want to split up with him. But you knew better than anyone that your mother was going to kill you, and if you did not come home in an hour, she wouldn't bother to kill you twice. See you tomorrow, Koshi waved and flashed the warmest smile. Yeah, see ya, you said, and for the first time in a while, you felt genuinely happy. You just got an A happy. There's, whoa, my captain just praised me happy, and there's, shit, I just had my first kiss happy. I'm pretty sure we all know which one applies here. You took a few steps away from the school, away from Koshi, and your stomach flipped like insane. Some weird force was turning you around and making you run towards the boy who just kissed you. And so you gave in, just like the kiss. Screw everything. Koshi! You exclaimed. He stopped in his tracks and looked over at you. His eyes widened in surprise. Yours were too. Screw everything, you repeated, as if to convince yourself that you really should care. Let's go somewhere, anywhere. I don't want to be without you. Not long after, you ended up at the late summer festival some group decided to throw since they apparently missed all the official ones. No idea how that happened, but oh well. It still looked really legit. There were food stalls, souvenir shops, and above everything, red lanterns were floating, lighting the path. Pretty much everything from there was a messy of beauty, awesomeness, and cuteness all together. You both danced your evening away to the traditional music, not bothering to sync your moves to the rhythm. All smells and sounds mixed up, but you did not care. You felt free. You thought Koshi did as well. You didn't care about your curfew. You didn't care about the scoldings you would get after going and pulling something like this. You only cared for each other. A slower song came on, and Koshi wrapped his arms around your waist, while you locked yours behind his neck. You stared into each other's eyes, and the whole world beside you disappeared, washed away. It truly felt like a dream. Here goes nothing, you thought. It's me, you said, closing the door behind you. Do you have any idea how worried I was? Your mom ran up to you, and before you knew it, you were being pulled into a hug. Yes, a hug from your mom. Call me when the shuttle ends. Your eyes widened. You slowly put your hands around her, still feeling a little thrown off. I mean, it's not even every day your crazy mom who shouts at you during her free time pulls you into a hug. What are we doing? For the love of God! Your eyes widened. Your eyes got wet, and not because of the question. You could sense a teardrop on your shoulder, and it was not yours. You felt guilty for kissing Koshi, for running away, for not coming home. The truth just basically made its way out of your mouth all by itself. I was with him, Mom. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Wayne, I don't care. Your mom shook her head and held you closer. I don't care. I'm just glad you're safe. This time, a tear ran down your cheek, and before you knew it, you were bawling your eyes out and hugging your mother's back so tight you were afraid you could make her lose her breath. Maybe it was the pain. Maybe it was the love. Maybe it was both. The mom you knew always wasn't like this. She was strict, paranoid about men, and overprotective in a way that was passing all boundaries. But here you were, kneeling on the doorstep with that same mother, holding you tighter than ever before, and crying with her, not because of some stupid, silly first world problem, but because of finally showing each other that you care. Your last actions didn't actually prove that, but seeing your mom shed tears like that moved you to them too, and they felt relieving, like some kind of atonement. Yeah, I'm proud of you, really, Sugawara said on the other side of the phone. You rolled over in your bed, putting your head on a pillow. I didn't do anything, not a lie. You did, he said in a tone so convincing he just might have talked your mom into not hating men himself. You told the truth. Oh, yeah, good point. You chuckled and laughed, reached you too. Words couldn't really describe how you felt, not because you were feeling euphoric, nothing like that. It was some kind of mix of happiness, relief, and a bunch of other emotions. You and your mother were on good terms. She didn't care if you were hanging out with a guy. You liked that guy, and you kissed. You sighed, covering your eyes, still smiling like an idiot. Would it be crazy if I told you I love you? Not if I said I love you too. I love you too, Ian. You could swear Sugawara was smiling as he spoke too. The next day flew by quickly, and Koshi walked you home, your hands in each other's. Thank you, you said as you reached the house and stopped to say goodbye. But really, you didn't have to. Sugawara kissed you on the forehead, and that shut you up. You better get used to this. You buried your head into his chest, and that feeling of coziness spilled over you again. But this time, you were not afraid of going back to your house. All right, somehow. You smiled, straightening up. See you tomorrow. See you, Koshi. See you. Koshi waved, his lips corners curling upward too. Opening the doors to your house wasn't hard, not like before, and for the first time since forever, you said, Tadaima! Okay, so that was the end. I'm going to go edit this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, my Snapchat link, my Instagram link, the Discord link, the music link, and the fanfic link will all be in the description below. I do not say that enough. But I hope you enjoyed. This was by Symmetrical on Wattpad. Again, the fanfic link will be in the description below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I loved my voice for this one. It was actually really calm, really nice. It didn't give me any problems, and I might continue talking like this from now on. Let me know what you guys think about it, please. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye, loves, and I'm super happy that you all want me to take my time like that. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Okay, bye everyone. Bye, loves.